Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 23 and another part of our playthrough in the Immersive Driver Career Mode with Alfa Romeo. Today we are back with the Monaco Grand Prix, of course, the single Grand Prix that I do not look forward to every year. But I have some hope this year that we can have a strong performance. Thank you very much for the support on the series so far, and thank you for everyone that's let me know about the red flag glitch. I wasn't aware that that was a thing. If you're not sure, after a red flag, there is a chance that come the end of the race, it will be in the order that the red flag fell. So that's what happened the other episode when we managed to get promoted to 10th at the end of the Grand Prix. And yeah, basically thanks to everybody for getting in touch about that. Fingers crossed, it's something that can be solved. Moving on, we are going to change the rules and flags though to no red flags now, so that's absolutely fine. We'll take that off. Everything else should be okay, and yeah, let's keep going with it. We'll move up the not the simulation settings. Yeah, difficulty, that's the one. We'll move that back up to 98 for qualifying in Monaco. Not sure we're actually going to be that good, but let's head to the department event anyway. The head of the powertrain department has stated their opinion on where we should take our development. They brought up some good points, but it goes against your recent on-track feedback. The department lead has more experience. We should side with them. I'm the one out there. No, let's just accept that. That's fine. You know, we're in our debut season. Potentially, if we were world champion, then that message becomes a little different. We're trying to role play it a little bit here. We have got some R&D in development. It should be yeah, we should get the minor part anyway, and the major part will be for the next Grand Prix in Spain. I'm really looking forward to the Spanish Grand Prix, but after 3 points finishes in a row, fingers crossed we can keep that going. But yes, we have got the R&D part in, and you can see we've put in a lot more on order, and well, look at that. I mean, that would take us up to surpassing McLaren's car if all of that came through this weekend, which obviously it's not going to, but yeah, looking forward to it. We've got the Monaco Grand Prix coming up. We might pop in the old engine actually. I think that's actually very worth doing, because you know, we're not going to have a good Grand Prix. Maybe not that worn one though. Yeah, we'll keep that one in for now. Everything else is fine, and we'll keep the gearbox the way it is. Right, let's get ourselves into the weekend. Let's see what's going to happen here in Monaco. We'll have a quick look at the R&D tree once we are in there. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's going to be a rainy Monaco Grand Prix. Oh dear. Oh, it's going to be awful, isn't it? 91% chance of rain. Oh, Christ. Well, it's going to take quite the turn, I think. Let's see how we get on in qualifying. Welcome along then to Monaco qualifying, the most important qualifying session of the year, and especially in those wet conditions that are predicted for tomorrow. Where we qualify today could very well be where we finish in this year's Monaco Grand Prix. It's going to be tough. You know, I've got no doubts about that. Setup wise, we've again gone very, very much on the downforce trend, and hopefully we'll be able to pull off something good. We were 12th in practice. Valtteri Bottas up in P6, so we've definitely got pace, and here it's going to be about finding a clean lap and giving it our all. So let's get into Monaco qualifying. Here we come then, round the final corner. DRS open. It was a purple middle sector for now, and we fly up to the line. So 112.9. That's a pretty decent time, to be honest with you. Did just clip the wall on the way around. I'll be interested to know whether there's any damage there. But 5th place at the moment, ahead of our teammate, Valtteri Bottas, who's currently in 7th. Very good start to this qualifying session, but we know that there'll be big evolution come the end of the session. Okay, then let's take it on a lap of Monaco. We're waiting to get our slot, a bit like an airport runway, really. Oh, well, we've run out of DRS. That's not going to help.
Okay, be careful. The DRS is stuck open. You're going to have to come in
stuck
so we can try to
open?
attempt to fix. Pit for repairs now.
Around Monaco? You got to be joking. Of all tracks where you would not want any sort of downforce problem, it's Monaco. I mean, remember in 2011 where you were allowed the DRS anywhere on track. Reminds you of that, doesn't it? But yeah, we are a little bit slower than we should be. But we're 8th place at the moment anyway. I think we're going to be alright. But yeah, the DRS being stuck open, you just can't believe that. That's the thing. Here at Monaco, of all places, but we've managed to remarkably make it round pretty nicely. And set pretty much exactly the same time. We're over the line. Oh, and that was poor. Oh, Sainz didn't want to make it past there, but I think we're all good. We'll return to the garage, and I think we should be through to Q2. Let's have a little look. And there it is, P9, Valtteri Bottas through as well. I mean, 10th of a second separating us. Going out in Q1 then, Piastri, Tsunoda, De Vries, Hulkenberg, and Logan Sargent. Okay, then here we go. We're coming up to the line in Q2. This is a terrific lap, you know, and over the line we go, and that is enough for 3rd place. What a time we've put in there. That's a beauty. That really is a beauty. 112.2, and we just hooked everything up, managed to go as close to the barriers as we dare, and as I say, really pulled out the best possible time we could there. There's nothing more in the car, I wouldn't have said, barring a little slide through couple of the corners, but you can see how much time we're down because we'd absolutely rinsed that first lap. This is somewhere we can definitely gain a little bit more just by being a little bit more aggressive, but through here we threaded the needle, and you can see how aggressive we are being. I mean, a purple middle sector there. You can see how much time is there to be gained.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
And in we come. Okay, all good then. I think that should be enough to get through. I don't think anybody else will get close, so I'm tempted to just let that run its course, and we'll have 2 good runs in Q3.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
And there you go, everybody did come through. I think we finished 7th in the end there. And yes, we did, but Valtteri Bottas also got through, just the 2/10 behind us. But going out in Q2, both Aston Martins, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly in the Alpine, and Kevin Magnussen in the Haas. Here we come then for our first lap in Q3. What's it going to be? It's a 112.8, which puts us in P6 for the moment. Not quite as good as Q2, in fact 0.6 of a second off that, but we might as well stay with the action. Yeah, you guys are going to watch me as I try and hook up the best lap in Monaco ever, because if we do, we could potentially have pole position. I mean, Lando Norris is currently the man on pole. We have got extra soft tyres. We are going to use those ones, I think. and let's get
All
ourselves
set, we're
out
ready
there.
to go. So let's get the car out onto the track.
It's going to be intense. We're going to have to prepare the car beautifully. But Lando Norris currently on pole position in the McLaren. Not many people are hooking up laps just yet. We've got just over a minute to go in this qualifying session. So here we go then. Let's prepare our lap nicely. Need to prepare the tyres, as I say. The thing we'll do is pop that into none so that we've got absolute maximum efficiency. We've only got about 30 seconds of dead time, if you like, and also Valtteri Bottas is the first of that train. We do not want Bottas anywhere near us on the track as we're preparing our tyres and our brakes and line up these braking zones just one more time before the most intense lap of qualifying on the calendar. So here we go then. Preparing everything up. Everything looks okay. So here we go then. It's round the final corner we go. And it's foot to the floor for one more time in qualifying here at Monaco. First corner was okay. Lost a little bit of time through Sandavon. As Carlos Sainz takes pole position off his good friend Lando Norris. Oh, and we have made a massive mistake there.
Let me know you're okay.
I was too busy looking at the times, and that is a real shame, because I think we could have produced something quite special there, but as is the case with Monaco on so many occasions, yeah, just caught the inside there, and then we're just a passenger. You catch the inside, just like we did at Saudi Arabia, and then straight into the barriers we went. Nothing we could do about it, and that is the end of our session. Who ends up on pole position? Let's find out. Gutted.
With qualifying finished,
and ninth in the end, out qualified by our teammate. And it's Sergio Perez on pole position ahead of Sainz, and then Lando Norris in P3.
We'll be back
wow.
As we head into the Grand Prix.
Well, it's going to be an intense Grand Prix, and adding all of that, it's in the wet.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino that first opened in 1863. And of course, a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We already see the lowest average speeds of the season here at the Circuit de Monaco, and they'll be even lower in the difficult conditions today. 19 corners make up this famous 2-mile track, and with the rain, it'll be even harder than usual to get the critical heat into the tyres. So don't be surprised if we see a safety car at some point during today's Grand Prix. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. It's Sergio Perez on pole today, and a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, Ocon, Verstappen, Bottas, Hamilton, the captain, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, De Vries, Sargent, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Let's talk about the captain. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Okay, then, here we are down on track. It is extreme wet conditions. Definitely looking at a possible one-stop rather than the two-stop. Is there scope for a one-stop here? I don't know. We were to push that all the way. How's that looking? I mean, that's probably looking better if we took out the pit stop. You know, how much are we looking at for a pit stop? You know, you're looking at 20 seconds or so, aren't you? At least. So yeah, I mean, a zero stop could well be the way to go here. We're not going to go out there with that intention, but it is a possibility. But of course, the start is going to be absolutely crucial here. So away we go.
Clutch is good. Gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap, please.
Try and get everything warmed up to temperature. Although I do think having cold tyres has its benefits in the wets. Whoops. Certainly don't want to do that. But to add an extra complication to this, we haven't actually moved up the difficulty, or moved down the difficulty, sorry. So we are on 98 difficulty. We're in the extreme wet conditions. I think what's going to be really important is jumping Hamilton at the start. If we can get past Hamilton from the line, and then, you know, follow Valtteri Bottas, essentially, if we get the chance, perhaps take him on. And, you know, I think if we're this close to somebody, we can go down the inside. I think that is possible in this year's game. You know, looking at that, it's not quite as narrow as it has been in the past. I think that is doable. And if we can get in front of Valtteri Bottas, I do think that we can secure 7th place today. I don't think we'll get any further up than that. I think Hamilton is ultimately quicker than us, but we would need to be in front of Bottas to make that strategy work. So here we go then. We've kept the tyres fairly cold, got the brakes nice and hot at least, or at least in the right temperature. And here we come then up towards the start line. As I say, we need to be angled towards getting ahead of Lewis Hamilton here at the start. We just went too far forward.
That's not an ideal placement in your grid slot. You're going to need a good launch
annoying.
And a restart. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed.
We could have had a better grid slot there, but we've had to be rocked back a little bit here. Lights out, away we go here in Monaco. It's a decent getaway, but very equal with Lewis Hamilton, and he's actually managed to get in front of Bottas at turn 1 here. And now we're going up the hill. We potentially need to make this move now, but no luck there. And I think that'll be Hamilton gone now. I don't think we'll have a chance of getting him. That was very, very important for us to get past Lewis on this first lap. And we're past Bottas. Needed that one, but Bottas still there on the inside. And well, he goes over the curb, and yeah, well played from Bottas, to be fair. That was a tough manoeuvre, and he's made it stick. So Bottas is ahead here, but these conditions are treacherous, and what's going to be very difficult is stopping the car into these slightly higher speed corners, heavier braking zones, locking up the tyres. You know, we did that a little bit in Miami. Slightly bigger runoff areas in Miami than in Monaco, so we just have to be careful with that. But it's been a decent start into Rascasse and the final corner
okay,
here.
The start was fine. Let's try and move forward.
And 0.7 seconds the difference, but you can see already Lewis Hamilton has very much gone. So we need to get past Bottas soon if we want to even compete with Lewis Hamilton today, but we'll take it, you know, at a start without any contact. I'm very surprised there wasn't any further back. But hopefully we can keep that going. Possible chance here. But, yeah, I just can't believe Bottas went down the inside the way he did and didn't back out of it. It was actually quite refreshing to see the AI be so daring there. But clean, you know, he didn't just bash me out of the way. Let's see if we can get a run into the chicane here. No. And it is just a case of we're waiting really for a little mistake from Bottas or a little bit of wheel spin and try and take advantage of that. But track position king, of course. And we'd certainly take 8th and 9th at the end of this Grand Prix. But a good start nonetheless. Well, we're going down the inside of Bottas here. Oh, I think we've possibly ruined Bottas's race there. I have no idea. I'm going to have to have a look on the replay here. Let's just have a little look. I've got no idea. We went down the inside, kept it clean, but Bottas just stayed in there now as Bottas lost a bit of his front wing. Yeah. I have no idea. Has Bottas lost any of his front wing? Hang on. No, I think it's actually intact. If we look, there's possibly a tiny bit of damage, but yeah, not really anything there. Just checking our front wing. All looks good, I think. Maybe we've got a bit of damage, actually. Yeah, possibly. If you look at the very front of the nose. I think we have got a little bit of front wing damage. Should be okay.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Yeah, Mark doesn't say anything about that, but we are ahead of Bottas. We took a risk there. And it's paid off. So now, chance to push a little bit and try and build a bit of a gap. Well, you joined me on lap 7 of this Grand Prix, about a quarter of the way through, and we're doing all right at the moment. We've pulled away from Valtteri Bottas. 3.5 seconds is the gap now between ourselves and him, which, you know, I'm really glad that we've managed to pull that gap, because
we're trailing the car ahead by
we would have been caught behind him.
Seconds.
And, well, we've actually caught up to Lewis Hamilton now, and getting into the race for 6th and 7th. Obviously, Ocon is in front of Lewis Hamilton at the moment, and I think Hamilton is quicker. I think that's what we have to remember here. Hamilton is in a quicker car in that Mercedes, but Ocon's sort of the cork in the bottle here. Need to be a little bit careful in terms of track extending and that sort of thing. You know, we've got plenty in hand. We are going to slowly close up to Lewis. There's kind of no point in pushing too hard, because you're not going to be able to pass him straight away here.
Rainfall here to stay for a while. Doesn't look like it's moving on anytime soon.
And we've just got to be a little bit open to the thought of potential intermediates at some point. Obviously not yet, but in time. I think a couple of exploratory laps have seen where we can make gains on him. Certainly seem to be losing out through the tunnel. This is meaning that we're not going to get a chance into the chicane, which is one of the only places you can possibly make a move. The other place that we could look is obviously into the hairpin or at Sandavon. Well, you're about to join me on lap 16 of this Grand Prix, and I am absolutely gutted because I've realised that I've accidentally not been recording the last few laps, so we've missed the pit stop. Basically, not a lot has happened. We have managed to get past Ocon because we overtook him when there was a little gap. Stroll's on old wet tyres. There's not a great deal to update you on. We made a move past Albon.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
And basically we're trying to undercut Lewis Hamilton here. And well, there's a big move down the inside of Lance Stroll. Little bit of contact, but we are through. And, well, little bit of underbody damage, but overall, we're fine. And being aggressive out there, I think, is going to gain us a lot of ground. And, well, we have to think about Lewis Hamilton coming into the pits. He has not come into the pits yet. And you can see he's ahead of the Ferrari at the moment, I think. So I think Lewis is in third place. George is a couple of places ahead of us, but they're losing a lot of time on these old wet tyres. Potentially they could be going for a zero stop. I have no idea, but yeah, apologies about losing a couple of the laps. There's nothing I can do now, failing restarting the whole race, and I certainly don't want to do that. But yeah, we'll keep you in the loop for any more potential passes coming soon. But Leclerc could be next on the agenda here. He's very much stuck behind Fernando Alonso, who himself is stuck behind Lando Norris. Although I think Norris has pitted, so this is where we could make another overtake. This is how we got past Esteban Ocon before, was because he was being held up by a slower car in front, who was Alex Albon. And there you go, Charles Leclerc starting to have a little look at Fernando Alonso, but not managing anything just yet. And we're desperately trying to keep it clean. Definitely not lose any car parts. I think there's a distinct possibility some people are going for the zero stopper here. While we go down the inside of Charles Leclerc. Oh, this is side by side. This is not what we want. But I think we're through. And that's a pretty excellent move, really, on Charles Leclerc. And we're up to 8th position here. And now Fernando Alonso is next. Oh, this is a great opportunity now on Fernando Alonso. We're going to pull to the outside of Sandavon. Oh, this is huge. Alonso's still there, but we go around the outside.
Okay, so heavy rainfall here to stay for a while. Doesn't look like
and
it's
that's
moving
okay.
on anytime soon.
So we are through, and now we can start pushing on.
Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, gap to the car ahead is
just checking that wasn't
seconds.
Intermediate tyre conditions. But we're all good here, and well, back up to 7th now, which is where we were before the pit stops, I believe, or at least was it 8th? Yeah, behind Lewis Hamilton, but Yeah, I genuinely think they're 0 stopping up ahead now. Don't think there's anything we can do to stop that. Oh, Russell's gone wide. There is contact between Norris and George Russell. We're gonna just back out of it there. Is Russell coming into the pits? I thought maybe he'd lost a bit of front wing, but that was very close between them two. Do we go down the inside? I don't think so. Yeah, wise to not do that. But I think we should be able to pass George Russell by the end of this race for 6th position, but that was close. I thought we were going to have safety car o'clock there. Well, we've got a 3-second time penalty. That could be crucial come the end of the Grand Prix. We are 3 seconds ahead of Alonso, and maybe if we get past Russell we'll be able to get 3 seconds ahead, but it just overcooked that corner a little bit, and now up against it for the rest of this Grand Prix. That was a good exit though, and this should be the chance to get past George Russell. He comes over to defend pretty aggressively in the end. Oh! But look at this. I mean, he is defending for all he's worth here. Fernando Alonso is caught right up here. Come on. Gonna have to make the move very quickly. It's very, very tough, this position that we're in now. Well, this is a great opportunity. That was a good old switcheroo. And we go down the inside and he finally backs out of it. So now we can push.
Good job. Nice overtake.
And hopefully get 3 seconds ahead of Russell by the end of this Grand Prix. I think we should be able to do that. As I say, we can clear air. I don't think anybody's really got much to compete who are on the old tyres now. Well, people are coming into the pits. This is crazy. This is the penultimate lap of the race and people have come in. That's exactly the strategy that we were going to go for. But now we're up to 4th place. This is bonkers. Now, the 3-second time penalty. Are we going to stay 3 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen, who's on brand new wet tyres? That's the question here. But that is just absolutely bonkers.
6.2 seconds.
It's as if like the AI have took our alternate strategy. Is that a glitch? I don't know. But you can see Max Verstappen is definitely closing in on us, but we're P4 at the moment. We've got a lap and a half to go. We'll stick with the action here.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
But yeah, I cannot believe that they came into the pits. Unless, like, their tyres were literally going to get punctures. You know, I don't understand that. But Perez, once again, ahead of Max Verstappen. Verstappen having another poor weekend. But I think he's going to get 4th place from us. At the very least. But Lando Norris currently P2. And that Ferrari of Carlos Sainz leading the way. He's going to win this Grand Prix.
Started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
And there we go. Perez has passed Norris. Wow. Verstappen within 3 seconds. Very, very shortly. I don't think we're going to have anything to battle that with. We are going to lose that position to Max. He's just got fresh tyres. He's got a better car. There's not much we can do, but hopefully we can stay in front of Charles Leclerc in P6 and get 10 points for the team here in P5. It's been an unbelievable Monaco Grand Prix. One where I've been able to be aggressive and overtake, and one where I've certainly had to concentrate hard. It's been a tough race. It really has been. But yeah, Max Verstappen pretty close to passing us on track, to be fair. And we were talking about staying 3 seconds ahead of him. Look how much quicker he is on those brand new wet tyres. But it's going to be Carlos Sainz that comes round. He's going to take the checkered flag. He's going to win here in Monaco. Absolutely brilliant from Sainz. It's going to be Lando Norris who comes across in third, behind Sergio Perez there in second. And now Max Verstappen is going to follow us over the line. He's going to finish fourth after our penalty. But we finish a terrific fifth for...
Cut rubber and bring it home.
For Alfa Romeo, but there you go. And we got driver of the day as well. Get in there. Excellent result.
They've done it then. They've won here in Monaco with an emphatic performance and a victory they can be proud of for many years to come. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Rain always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Oh, great to see Lando Norris on the podium in that McLaren. But let's have a little look at everything there. Fifth place in the end.
Sergio Perez takes the position of points leader in the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to the captain. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way towards the top. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.
Well, there you go then. Heavy rain in Monaco causes an absolutely action-packed Grand Prix. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I really hope you guys did too. We're into the top 10 in the World Championship standings on 22 points. Alfa Romeo and, ourselves are battling. Probably Alpine. Yeah, McLaren, I think, will pull away come the end of the season. But that was terrific. Sergio Perez now leading the championship by 1 point as well. It's all happening, isn't it? I am going to press the view replay to try and save it. But there we go. Let's head into advance now. And hopefully we can enjoy that. But there you go. Penalty free, we don't get that. So Magnussen actually beats us in that rivalry from that Grand Prix. But really enjoyed the Monaco Grand Prix for once. Definitely feels a lot better in this year's game than usual. We've had our Halo upgrade, which is going to surely help our car. Maybe not as much as you think, but we've got the Spanish Grand Prix coming up and next time out. Really looking forward to that as well. If you have enjoyed this episode, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.